Hey guys, Mitko here from DNModels, and today we're gonna unbox Sd.Kfz.252 with Sd.Kfz.252 trailer from Dragon. This is a relatively new kit, 2016 tooling, available from the beginning of 2017. It is not exactly new, and I'm gonna show you why, but you can see that the box is nice, and on the back of it there is plenty of information about this full interior smart kit from Dragon. Many might take that as some sort of a commercial, which probably it is, but it contains useful information, especially for those who go to the modeling shop, not like myself who order my stuff online, and check out the boxes one by one before picking the right model for them. So what we have here is a description of the newest add-ons, like the corrected details on the engine hood, accurately shaped individual 7.5 centimeter shells, and so on, goodies incorporated in this kit of Dragon. It helps you get the idea of the photo edge, where it goes eventually, the fact that the kit features magic tracks, the shape of the sprockets, the rolled wheels, and so on. As you can see, my box arrived highly damaged. However, everything inside stayed intact, and I was lucky to have the contents safe and sound. This is mostly because this is not the usual box overcrowded as we are used to see from Dragon, but is rather sparse in terms of sprues, even though this Sd.Kfz.252 features full interior magic tracks, photo edge, and so on. As you can see, the damage was pretty severe, but everything survived, stashed only on one side of the box. The instructions that we have here are typical Dragon, with a short description that the project was supervised by Hirohisa Takada and the technical drawings were provided by Shin Okada. It sounds to me like Japanese names, but I'm only speculating. We have blue for whatever is not used from the sprues, and the description of the sprues themselves, as well as the photo edge parts, magic tracks, and so on. The leaflet is well known, but here I noted something unusual, and I would like to share that with you. The drawings in the first several steps are a bit simplified. The exact details seen on the vehicle are not depicted on them, nor are the track lengths. Instead, we have very simple sketches of everything, showing only the basics. From step 8 onwards, things are improving a bit with colors, more clear depiction of the engine, and this is up until step 12, where things get back in shape with the typical Dragon drawings, showing almost every detail visible on the kit itself. This is probably because we have full interior with this vehicle, and it's necessary to know which part goes where, not only because it's more complex, but because the vehicle itself is quite small. As you can see for yourself, with every step, the instructions are improving with a little bit. And what we see is getting only nicer. Turning over the leaflet, we can see that the building of the half-track itself continues up until step 19, and the last couple of steps are mostly interior work, with an options of open and closed hatches, as well as add-on of metal parts and all the interesting work on this vehicle. Then on from step 20, we have the assembly of the trailer. The Sd.Kfz.252-1 trailer is the ammo trailer, and we can show this in two options with the doors open and closed. It's not a complicated build, just the contrary is rather simple. However, if you decide to build this open, you'll have a lot of work painting and weathering inside, because we have some shells depicted, as well as photo etch over them, fenders and tire work, which scares a lot of the armor modelers, of course. Then at the end of the instructions, we have paint and markings options, which are 4. 3 of them are from the Eastern Front 1942, and the vehicles are dark gray with some additional markings on the side plus the crosses. And the 4th one is unidentified unit from 1943, which is something new because I haven't seen the pictures of Sd.Kfz.252 with camouflage. On the box art, it's visible that we have wheat field behind the scene, which resembles Ukraine landscape, and probably that was the main idea. I don't know how many of those were sent to Ukraine, but obviously with the 3 Eastern Front options for painting, that was Dragon implied with this kit. First we have Sprue A, which is Sprue from Sd.Kfz.250, an older model, well known to modelers, again from Dragon of course. And here we have a lot of parts which are to be not used with this kit. This is typical practice to make a mix from old and new sprues, providing us with different options and many different box arts and variants for different vehicles. This sprue, however, left an impression in me that the plastic is with a slightly lower quality. The detail is nice, but could have been nicer. I assume that you can see that on the video here, and eventually you can compare it with the later sprues that I'm going to show you. But I see that there are slight differences with the texture, the size of the rivets and details. Next sprue I'm going to show you is Sprue C. Here we have some of the interior features. Again, this is from Sd.Kfz.250. Once more, a sprue from another kit. Here we have very nice details. We have the seats, we have the steering wheel, the dashboard, and everything is textured with high precision and devotion. As you can see, the texture on the seats is wonderful. And I know most of the modelers who watches those videos are professionals and they can replicate those by themselves. It's nice to have such kit straight out of the box. Very nice impression is the springs on the back of the seats, which is something that you can see rare in 35th scale kit, especially in that small of a vehicle. I have seen those built on 1/16 scale Panzer IV from Trumpeter, scratch built, and here we have them molded by Dragon. Next we have a Sprue B. This is the top of the vehicle, some hatches, the sides, ammunition boxes and more hatches, plus 2 shells. This is a brand new sprue from 252 model, and you can tell by the feel of the plastic, the texture, even the script that the letters are written over the sprue identification. Everything is executed with a little bit more finesse and precision. This time we have bigger parts, but as you can see, no bendings, only straight lines, high quality plastic from Dragon. The ammo box is very nicely done, but will create a lot of troubles if you want to paint everything as it should be, let alone weather it. Overall, this is very impressive sprue and sets the tone for the whole kit. Then we have Sprue D, again new sprue from Sd.Kfz.252, and those are the fenders, some small parts, the back of the vehicle, floor, hatches, and so on. Every detail here is with higher precision compared to the older 250 sprues, and it's textured very precisely and accurately. The hatches have perfect hinges, the gauges are clearly visible and will be even after several coats of primer, and the grills, even though without holes, are quite realistic. Smaller details are clear, and one of the best of them are the hooks, which are quite detailed and small and surprisingly without any imperfections. Those particular hooks impressed me a lot because they're very tiny and delicate, and in the same time they have no flash, no defects, and seem like a flawless piece of that sprue. For whatever reason, Dragon added Sprue W, which are guns, and this sprue is supposed not to be used when building this kit, but it's a nice add-on because you can use the guns for different projects or to create a diorama, even though the quality of the sprue is not the best possible. Here we have some flash, some chunky details, and overall a lot of work to make everything happen as it should be. But it is a bonus, so I assume everybody will be happy with that sprue. Then we have Sprue G, which is again an add-on, helmets, some pistols, overall soldiers add-ons, which I have used when building my half-track Sd.Kfz.252, and I found them quite useful in order to draw attention to other details than the vehicle itself. We have many of those here, so probably you'll have spares for many upcoming projects, so this sprue again is probably warmly welcomed. It reminds me of mini art sprues with an add-ons, separate kits that they sell. However, it is quite different in quality, and I think this is inferior. Another sprue here is Sprue Y with parts of the engine and a figurine, which I don't particularly like. The detail here is acceptable, however, there is some flash and the quality of the plastic is not the best and not comparable with the other sprues. This is my least favorite sprue of the kit, probably because of the figurine, something that I certainly won't use in my build. Then we have Sprue E, of which we have total 3, but this is one sprue called E. We have tires made of plastic, fenders, and parts of the trailer. Even though parts of the trailer are not many, they're nicely detailed, and this again is Sprue from Sd.Kfz.252, which means that is brand new tooling, and I'm quite happy with that. Many people don't like the rubber tires, others don't like the plastic ones. Most of the modelers prefer resin substitutes, but I can assure you that those tires here are wonderfully done, and I think this is the best choice to go with this vehicle, especially if you don't want to raise the price more than it should be. On the sprue, we have also some small details with wonderful texture, a little to no flash at all, and clear moldings. I am very impressed with that part of the kit. If every sprue of the kit was that same quality, it would have been the perfect kit. Then we have Sprue G, which are the tires, this time from Sd.Kfz.250 kit, an older version, but with acceptable detail. The material is nicer compared to the figurine sprue, and we have clear and well-detailed road wheels. Probably there will be some work in order to make everything perfect because we have 4 attachments for each wheel. However, everything is doable with patience. Tire markings are Continental, not Continental as it should be, but this is well known among Dragon fans who know that this is absolutely equal to the tanks that they're made for whatever reason, probably an authorship or licenses or whatever. The L at the end of Continental is switched to U, which is not such a big deal. Maybe DNModels will issue a mask set for those wheels in the near future. Then we have Again, sprue from Sd.Kfz.252. This is the engine. Different plastic material, a bit chunky. However, this will remain hidden. It is nice to have this add-on, but even with the chunky details, everything looks quite nice and superior to some other brands available on the market. Hopefully there will be no confusion with the parts, but I have doubts about it because Dragon instructions always feature some trouble. But back to that sprue, the details are nice and the lines are thin. Then we have sprockets on sprue H, again from 250, older sprocket, which is nicely depicted with clear texture, visible detail, and even though this part becomes hidden once the mud and all the weathering is applied, Dragon made nice effort with those. Sprocket of the half tracks are different than the tanks and they are always interesting to be built. Then we have the bottom part, which is one-piece light molded lower hull with nice detail, visible rivets, firm enough plastic, and hopefully correct shape. This is the base of the vehicle, of course, and it will hold everything together, so Dragon made effort to make this flawless, as you can see from the video here. Every square is a centimeter in length on the pad, so you can guess that this is not a big vehicle and you're building something closer to 72nd scale than to 35th. Anyway, it looks impressive. Then we have three more sprues, W, TD and TG, being again from different kits. Clear ones are from 251 and the TD and TG are probably from some tank. Last two are very nice with detailed parts, especially the fire extinguishers and a set of 3 shovels, 2 axes and 2 fire extinguisher with extremely high quality, and on the sprue W we have the clear parts. On this vehicle, clear parts are hardly visible as with any armored vehicle in 35th scale, and we have milkish windows, however, they are acceptable. The best thing of the kit are the magic tracks. This is something rare from Dragon lately, and you only get them as a bonus or from the first batches of the kits. Here, however, even happy with those tracks, I must add that they are a hassle. They're quite small, only few millimeters in size for the pads and around half a centimeter for the metal parts, on which we have ejector pin marks, which are to be cleaned, and supposedly everything should be movable once glued. It is hard to not put glue on the movable pins while gluing the unmovable ones. In a separate envelope we have add-ons, the decals, a photo etch sheet for the trailer, a photo etch sheet for the vehicle, metal tow cable, and everything is packed as a bag of goodies. The decals are printed by Cartograph in Italy. They are very small, and I assume Dragon did this collaboration with Cartograph because they know that Dragon decals in general are not the best, and those small numbers require high precision and very thin decal film. As you can see, those are not replaceable by mask or anything else but the decals themselves. The photo etch sheet of the vehicle is very nice, very thin and very delicate, and the bottom of the shells for the trailer as well. We have a metal tow cable described in the instructions as 270 millimeters long. However, in the reality we get a shorter cable, although with high quality. The total length of the cable is 170 millimeters, which is plenty, and I assume that the instruction sheet was made with this length by mistake. All in all, this is everything I can show you with Sd.Kfz.252 and Sd.Kfz.252 trailer. Nice and new kit available from 2017 onwards, a mix from old and new parts, with supposedly wonderful end result of the popular vehicle, especially among StuG fans. As you saw earlier, the box came damaged. I'm happy that Dragon didn't overcrowd the box this time, because there was some spare space where everything went when my box was squashed. Overall, a nice kit, even though still with the high price, but a must for every StuG 3 early version fan and every half-track fan, especially with the Magic Tracks photo etch and full interior. I hope that you liked the review. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you did. Hit the like button, comment down below, and see ya in the next one.